Hello, hello. Welcome to April Fool's Day. Let's see, today we are going to be pretty quick. It's going to be a short live stream, but I want to talk about what I'm seeing in the market because we are on the verge of a shift. Let's see what is happening. Um, I don't have solid numbers for you today because our March numbers usually don't get put out for another week or so from our MLS, but I can tell you what we're feeling as agents in the market and what kind of activity that we are seeing. Um, so buyers, we are just about getting outside of that winter kind of freeze that we see here in central Washington. And really in this last week to 2 weeks, we are starting to see some movement and things pick up. I'm going to share with you our MLS and you can kind of see a little bit of what is happening with listings. Let's see here. Let me pull this up for you. So here we are. The MLS, so right here you can see we are starting to see listings come on. We are in the full green here. As of 2 weeks ago, our brokers tours had 4 to 8 homes that we get to see. And this last week we had over 20, which is really a sign of a lot of listings coming on. And I'll scroll through here really quick. You can see that there are some homes that are taking price reductions. These are homes that have been sitting on the market for a little bit longer than what the sellers want. And so they're starting to drop those prices. This is your buyer's advantage. These homes in this price reduction category, these are your motivated sellers. And to see 54 homes that have taken price reduction in the last week, there are some motivated sellers out there. We can also see that 81 homes went pending in the last 7 days. Buyers are starting to come back. Like I said, we are really starting to see people look at more homes. I'm getting a lot of feedback on my listings that buyers are just starting their search. We're starting to see a lot of comments about that. But here's where the opportunity is. If you are ready to make a purchase, you've been watching the market and you found that home, right now is kind of your window of opportunity to not have a lot of other buyer competition. I am probably safe to bet in another week or two, we are going to start seeing more buyers making more offers. And on those homes that are priced really well, it's going to start getting a little bit competitive. So just kind of hold on. If you are selling your home right now, pricing your home is the absolute best thing that you can do to move it quickly. Homes that are priced really well, we are seeing go pending within the first week. And homes that feel a little bit high, they don't quite have the value for the price point, we are seeing those homes sit. So that is kind of a quick overview. So the new listings, I really want to jump into this because these new listings are everywhere across the board. We are going to start seeing our resort areas such as Leavenworth, Chelan, and Cle Elum. We are going to really start see a flood of homes come on the market. Probably within the next couple of weeks. We're already starting to see it, and we'll see quite a few towards the end of April, beginning of May, for those who are trying to get on before Memorial Day weekend. So as you can see here, we've got homes in Chelan, Cle Elum. We've got some big 1.8 million homes. Leavenworth, Manson, these are all our resort areas. We're starting to see listings come on. And then, of course, in the Wenatchee area, we're seeing homes come on too. Inventory still feels a little bit slim for Wenatchee, but a lot of that has to do with just homes kind of get gobbled up quickly, a little bit quicker in the Wenatchee area than they do in our resort areas, especially for this time of year. So here we go. Snoqualmie Pass, that's a timeshare. I got really excited when I saw that price point up there, but that's a timeshare. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some Cle Elum, we've got some Wenatchee homes. So all over the board, we are starting to see homes come on, and we're starting to see buyers come back. Yeah, so I really wanted to kind of share where the market is. It's really starting to warm up. I also wanted to touch again on some of the developments that have been happening here in Wenatchee. About a month ago, I did a quick overview of new developments that are happening across the area. And on the 26th of March, we had another economic development update by our Port District. They do a fantastic job on really telling us what's going on. And it is absolutely incredible how much money is being popped into the Wenatchee area. So here's their slide deck that they shared with us. And I'm just going to roll through these projects really quickly. I know I talk a lot about how fast Wenatchee is starting to develop and mature, and that this area just really is not going to be the same in 5 years. It's turning into really a destination spot where people want to live. So here is a project, $33.5 million. This is our YMCA. This is their new location. This is under construction and should be ready. I think they said 2 years. We'll be able to use that facility. The road that goes from Highway 2 into East Wenatchee, that is being widened. There are a lot of homes in eminent domain on that street. They are getting ready to break down ground break on this first phase of this project. Here again, we have the Majestic. We don't have a value on what this project looks like. This is going to be right between Mission Street and Wenatchee Avenue. So right in our core of downtown, they have ripped down this entire block. And yesterday I saw them laying some of the groundwork for this. And it's going to be a couple hundred apartments, Class A apartments. And then on this backside, there's going to be some commercial restaurants. Douglas County, they're getting a little bit more added to their waste facility. That's a $1.3 million project. Our Riverfront Park on the Wenatchee side is getting a big facelift. They are adding a couple of different splash pads and more amenities. They're adding a gazebo. This is an $11.7 million project. This ground broke last fall, and it's in the process right now. If you drive on that road, the Riverfront Road in front of Pybus, you can see where this construction is happening. The Port District, this is up by the airport, and this is such a cool project. $14.2 million. These were old, crypto. This was an old crypto farm that the Port District ended up getting, and they are renovating all of these buildings to be for starter businesses, and they are already receiving applications. This is just the first phase, but they're receiving applications now, and they expect, bakeries, plumbers, craft shops to be in this community up by the airport. And I don't think I mentioned it, but they're subsidizing the rents for businesses that have been in business for less than 5 years. And that's to help them get on their feet, which is pretty cool. Leavenworth Roundabout Transit. This project is complete. It's a $3.2 million project. If you've driven over Highway 2 into Leavenworth, this is that roundabout that you see there. So that project is complete. The convention center, it is under full renovation right now. This is a $17.5 million expansion project. They're expanding the event space and then expanding this outdoor area. This is all happening right now in Wenatchee. Fifth Street, it's getting some improvements. That's an $8 million project. Pybus Market, they are getting a stage out in their parking lot. This is not a huge project, but it's happening. It'll be a nice little feature. Data centers, man, they are popping up everywhere. In Chelan County, there are 3 data centers going out in Malaga. And this is a $1.2 billion project. And the cool thing about these data centers is each building is assessed at $4 million that it'll be taxed on, which is going to pump just a ton of tax dollars into the community. I think that that's just such a huge benefit. And one of the reasons why we have so much money that is being pumped into the area is because of these data centers, not just these capital projects and the tax dollars that they're going to be generating, but also Microsoft themselves. They are investing in the community as well. They've invested quite a bit of money in adding water out in Malaga, and also a ton of organizations within the counties. Douglas County, they are continuing to build data centers out there, about $1.2 billion worth of projects. Same thing, each one is being tax assessed at about $4 million. So a lot of money getting pushed back into Douglas County from that. Roadway projects, lots of roadway projects. So this is a roadway project that would go from Old Station, which would be that turn that you take to go up to Chelan. So it's going to connect that road to the core of downtown Wenatchee, and this is going to take congestion off of the main entrance in Wenatchee. That's kind of like one of our spots that gets a little bit of traffic. So this is a big project. It's going to be in several phases. They need to put a bridge over the Wenatchee River. So phase 1, they are groundbreaking and starting now, which is a $130 million project. We've got some new air hangars going in up at the airport, and this is an $8.5 million project. The museum, I don't know if this is actually, I think this is still being funded, but the museum, which is right next door to that Majestic project on Mission Street, between Mission and Wenatchee Ave, is going to get a huge facelift and expansion at a $30 million project. Our airport is going to be closed down for the month of October, and they are going to be working 24/7 to repave the landing strip. It needs some improvements, and this is a $20 million project that will happen in October. Let's see. The Wenatchee School District, they did a $5.3 million update to their ball fields, and it looks really, it's a beautiful project. This has been completed. That was completed last fall. Chelan, up in Chelan, the water district is expanding, and this is going to allow for more development to happen in the Chelan area. This is an $18 million project. Oh, it just keeps on going. Wenatchee Landing. So if you take the turn to go across the North Bridge in Wenatchee and you're headed towards Rondo, or you head south into East Wenatchee, they are working on putting some exit ramps off of there and some roundabouts, and that is going to open up this land that is on the north side of Wenatchee for some development. It's a $59 million project. This is our pedestrian bridge that connects the Apple Capitol Loop Trail, which will be closing in the beginning of June for this project. And the expansion is going to allow people to go from this bridge. You can see this squirrel going on here, directly to downtown Wenatchee without having to go to Pybus first. And then it's also going to connect all the way into East Wenatchee. Right now, to get to East Wenatchee from this bridge, you have to cross Highway 28, which is not a safe thing to do. So that's a $17 million project in improvements. The air hangar, this is the private aviation terminal up at the airport. This is getting a complete facelift. It's a $7.7 million project. The coroners and sheriff's office, they are getting facelifts at $8.5 million. So there is almost $3 billion worth of investments being put into the Wenatchee area. And when you think about this is a lot of money. There's only 120 to 130,000 people that live in this area. And somebody at the event broke it out, and I think it came down to like $21,000 per residence is being pumped back into the community in all sorts of projects. You know, some of them not so sexy like road projects, but then some really fun updates, beautiful parks and things to do. So that's all what's happening right now. And here are a couple of projects that are in planning phases. So Halion, we are talking about fission. Sorry, I always get those two mixed up. Anyways, plant going out in Malaga. They have, I think, a 1-year feasibility study. However, I think it's very likely that this is going to happen because of the location, and Microsoft is a huge financial backer to this, and the location that they're looking at is like really close to some of these data centers. Craft District. So this is a cool project. So this big ugly building is the before, it's what's now. This is down by Pybus Market across the train tracks. And this is what the Port District is looking to do. They're looking to create kind of another open concept with breweries and wineries and art shops kind of all encompassed into one great building. Regional sports complex and aquatic center. This has been in the plans for quite some time now. They're really looking hard at where's the appropriate place to put this because there's a lot that goes into these sport complexes, and the fields that we have now are pretty worn out and overused because we're so centrally located. Wenatchee is a hot spot for sports tournaments, and our fields, they don't get the breaks that they need. We'll just say that. So anyways, there's so much coming to the Wenatchee area, and we talk a little bit about real estate market. It's going to continue to be a squeeze. Home prices are going to just continue to go up because of all of these improvements that are happening. And let's see, I don't think I have any comments today. And like I said, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. But if you have any questions about projects that are happening in the Wenatchee area, or questions about the real estate market, please make sure to reach out. All right, I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.